2017 Basel Fair here with my dear friend Ricardo Guadalupe, the CEO of Hublot. And the conversation that I'm almost having with Ricardo is about how Hublot is this sort of dynamic brand that's able to shift into different universes, make these extraordinary collaborations, and bring all new audiences. And I think that's incredible. So the first which we're going to talk about is a collaboration with the world's most iconic car brand, Ferrari. And it was really interesting because the Techframe, which we're going to show you in a second, is a watch created in collaboration, but in a very unique way. And what happened was Hublot approached Ferrari, and the design director of Ferrari, Flavio Manzoni, the legend that's created La Ferrari, he and his team were integral in designing this watch, and I think that's what was so interesting about it. And if I'm not mistaken, Ricardo, it started with one idea, maybe to incorporate aerodynamics into the watch, totally transformed into a different concept. Please tell us a little bit about this.
Yes, Flavio Manzoni was really motivated with his team to create a watch for Ferrari, because of course when you create incredible cars, but the watch is something a bit different, but for them it was really something that they wanted to do since many years, and Hublot, we gave the possibility to this team to really have a new inspiration by creating the watch. And I have to say that the idea is really to start from the engine.
Yes.
The engine is our movement, which is the chronograph, tourbillon, mono-pusher movement that we have used. And to go around there and to create a carrosserie, a shape, a frame, because it has been really inspired by the frame of a car, but the chassis, but also by really structural architecture that gave to this watch an incredible look, because for the first time I would say in our industry there is a work done not only in the movement but also outside. And I think that's really a new dimension that we are opening of possibilities of new creations in the future as well.
That's fantastic. The very original Big Bang, if I'm not mistaken, was something of a revolution in the watch industry, not just for its design, but specifically for the case. The way the case was constructed. This modularity allowed you to play with so many different materials. It has also allowed you to create a sapphire case at a much lower price because the pieces are much smaller. So what I love about Hublot is this constant hunger for innovation. And this is really cool. And I love the fact that you have your own in-house facility for carbon fiber, which is where you see here with this carbon fiber. And this titanium case is also made in-house, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Absolutely. So the whole watch is made in-house, and that's we're in the process of verticalization, and now we have our movements unico and the material side with, of course, carbon fiber, ceramic, and sapphire today.
It's amazing. What's really cool is, like downstairs I was showing you guys that you can hold this watch up, and this is a collaboration with Ferrari. And you can hold another watch up, which is a collaboration with Berluti, and you have the most iconic car brand and the most iconic shoe brand at the same moment. And so, Hublot is this brand that is able to sort of penetrate all these different markets and bring these new market shares and these new audiences. Is that the strategy, Ricardo?
Yes, it's that, and it's also sometimes, in our industry, we must not remain just focus on our industry.
Yes, correct.
We must be open to the world, and I think that working with Ferrari, we couldn't have this idea and this inspiration of creating this kind of watch, and with Italian Independent and La Poelcan, I couldn't have the idea of putting vintage fabrics from Rubinacci in a watch, or velvet in a lady's watch, or Texalium, DG Camo Texalium in a Big Bang. So I think that it helps also us to create more innovation, more creativity, and of course to touch also at the end more new customers, fan of the brand. So that really they will buy one and the next one, and this is the idea behind it.
And then maybe the last thing I just want to talk about quickly is so I love that you presented that Sapphire Big Bang. I loved it when you did sort of a stealth, black version of it. And now we've got a red and a blue version. And I was talking to Matthias Butte, and the fact that you're adding this chemical compound while the sapphire is being grown, and the sapphire seeks out the compound and draws it in and ends up looking like ruby, is incredible. And I love that you're never stopping and always progressing and always innovating.
Yeah, sapphire, is a material that exists. We have not been the first brand to use sapphire, but we have been the first brand to be able to industrialize the sapphire, to have a kind of right process. As you said, the Big Bang construction has helped to really come with a watch at, let's say, a reasonable price for a sapphire watch. and we're not producing 5 or 10 pieces per year, but last year we did over 500 watches.
Amazing.
And we wanted really to even come with more innovation and to a world first to come with blue sapphire and red sapphire, yes.
Amazing. And lastly, you know, I have a huge amount of respect and gratitude to Ricardo. He's been such an extraordinary leader. This year he even gives us the possibility for my magazine, The Rate, to collaborate on a watch with Hublot. So we're going to do something in the classic fusion line, a little bit sort of stealthy and sandblasted, a little bit sort of vintage style, and really contemporary at the same time. Ricardo, thank you so much. And
thank you.
You're always killing it, man. Guys, peace.
Thank you.
Cheers.